Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Noelle and I review and unbox subscription boxes here on my channel, and today I have what should be a relatively quick video because I am featuring Mint Mongoose, a great little jewelry subscription that's been sent to me for review for the past few years, and usually I will include it in my mashups where I open 2 to 3 boxes all in one 20-minute video, but every once in a while I like to give those subscriptions that just have 2 to 3 items inside their own what we call dedicated video, so that you can see them in their full glory. So Mint Mongoose, like I said, is a jewelry subscription. You receive 2 pieces of jewelry, usually a necklace and a pair of earrings. If you don't have pierced ears, you can let them know. There are alternative options, and the designs always come in 3 different color tones that you can choose from: the gold, silver, or rose gold. You choose your tone of choice when you first sign up, and then if you want to switch around, you always can. You just have to email them and let them know. The subscription is $29.99, and the 2 pieces of jewelry that they send to you are yours to keep. I do have a really great code though for you. It is Noel50, Noel50, and that will save you 50% on your first month. So you can get it for half off for just about $15, which is a smokin' deal. So let's go ahead and get into this one. Now, these usually come in a nice little mailer bag, and then in that mint ribbon, we have a little print that kind of gives us some of the inspiration. So this looks like a bright idea, right, with a light bulb. And on the other side, they show us images as well as a little note from Helena, the mama behind the mongoose, telling us about the reasons behind the set, right, the inspiration behind it. So the idea is being creative. So again, those big ideas, right? And I love that. It says this month's set is inspired by the spirit of creativity we all have. And this is really cool because I'm looking at the pieces and it looks like there's some variation, but it looks really different depending on whether you get silver, gold, or rose gold. So that's kind of cool. Now, I usually prefer gold as my tone of choice, but honestly, it looks good in all 3 colors this time around. So let's go ahead and go into our envelope. And usually inside of there is not only our jewelry pieces, but also one of my favorite things, which is a Werther's Original, which is a nice little treat to receive every month as well. So I'm just trying to get into this. Sometimes this envelope is a little stickier than other times. So I'm actually using a letter opener, and man, they really sealed it well this time around. Try not to stab myself with my own letter opener. Goodness gracious. Usually like I pre-open it, but I figured today we actually had a little bit of extra time, so I didn't. Thought I would do like a proper unboxing, but man, you guys, I am having so much trouble getting into this. So I'll just read the first paragraph of our letter from Helena while I struggle with this. So it says, I love this quote from Albert Einstein. Creativity is seeing what others see and thinking what no one else ever thought. That is so true. And I think that really goes for any creative endeavor. So once upon a time, I considered myself a poet, and that is what I really loved about poetry, was the art of describing things in a way that resonated with other people, but that was unique and, you know, not like descriptive in an interesting and unique way. Man, I totally like ruined my letter opener. It's got so much sticky stuff on it now. I'm gonna have to clean that with like an alcohol wipe. But I got into it. And here is our bundle of goodness. And like I said, here is that little treat that I'm going to enjoy as soon as I am done filming this unboxing. Man, I don't know what it is. It's like I love me my Werther's Original. It says, for the last month, my kids have been working on building a house in the backyard. They've put hours upon hours of work into it, and it's fallen a handful of times, and it is 0% watertight, but I love it. I love that they've grabbed onto something and ran with it. I love that they've used scrap pieces of wood and creativity to make something out of nothing. And I love that they love their little house. That's so cute, right? It says, in a few weeks, our 8-year-old will be turning 9. We're going to surprise the kids with a day off of building with a day of, not a day off, because they've been building this whole time. A day of building with Dad and Mom, and together we're going to build a playhouse that won't fall down, and we'll give them a fun hangout spot for years to come. So that is super awesome. Probably safer than a tree house. You know, that was like, I was like, I can't believe there weren't more injuries from tree houses back in the day. So it says, However, we'll be sure to find a way to highlight and commemorate their first attempt. There's nothing quite like a kid's creativity. I can't even count the number of times one of my kiddos has left me saying, wow, that's actually a good idea. This set is to remind us of the beautiful childlike creativity that is still in all of us. May we never stop using it to overcome adult hurdles. So each piece comes in its own little bag, which today they both also want to give me trouble opening them. My goodness, today is such a trial. I'm going to use my scissors at this point. It says, the whisked purple resin in this set is meant to inspire the innocence within us all. Okay, the top of the clasp is meant to resemble a sturdy connection between our creativity and what is possible when we put a little work into things. I hope that when you wear this set, you'll feel encouraged and inspired to think outside of the box and to let yourself live a little in a creative and fun way. Here's to identifying a path from A to B, even when the path doesn't seem apparent. I love that. All right, let's take a look at our necklace. So this is on one of her longer chains. There are always extra stops on it with, of course, a little mint mongoose medallion at the end. So you get their logo there. But this is a kind of a cool chain because look at the extra like not beads, but like the extra details on the chain. That's really neat. And I actually like that, well, you can have it centered, but it almost looks, I think it looks more interesting when it's off center, when the pendant isn't quite centered, because you have those rods, solid beads, and then the circles that connect the rods to the chain. But let me give you a close-up of this actual pendant. So what did she call that? Whisked purple resin. So there's like kind of wisps inside, but yeah, it looks a lot darker on the silver because there's an actual backing. So when it's on silver, it looks like a darker purple. And then on the rose gold, of course, it has a little bit more pink. And then on the gold, it's kind of got this nice light fuchsia tone to it. But I do really like that bar at the top of the pendant. So again, the top of the clasp is meant to resemble a sturdy connection between our creativity and what is possible. So I think she means the top of the pendant versus the clasp, which is what goes behind your neck. Now, it actually goes really well with my top here, which is more on the plummy side. It's a little bit long for me, honestly. Like I normally would, I would wear it a lot more if it was on a shorter chain. I could definitely take it off of this chain, even though I think it's interesting, and put it on a shorter chain with jewelry pliers. Let's see. The shortest length, this isn't the shortest length, but let me see if I can find the shortest length. I'd have to have a pretty deep V on, but this still pretty much go over my head, I think. So let me just try it on. I'll have a hard time taking it back off, but you can see it's still pretty long. So I do have some shirts that would be that long, but I usually like to go for like this length here. So I might play around with that, but I think it is really pretty. And then of course the earrings are going to match. Now, not always do the earrings and the pendant match exactly. But in this case, that's a little bit more interesting because she did them as a dangle earring, and you can see that it's on this little bit of chain, which I love this. Some of my favorite mint mongoose earrings have that sort of chain detail at the top. So it's hanging from the J-hook and not static, which I think is really cool because she doesn't really do post earrings. They're almost always, no matter the size. So it would be kind of fun sometimes to get a post earring. But they're almost always on a J-hook. So try not to get my red fingernails to detract from it. But aren't those pretty? I think those are really nice. So they are the exact same pendant and size as the necklace. But here there's obviously a little bit more variation. You can really see they are different. Each piece of resin is going to be different. So you can really see. Right? These are different, but close enough in color that they're going to look, they'll still look like they're symmetrical when you try them on. But let me go ahead and try one on. So I think these are really fun. Let's actually have a secret password. So when you come across a secret password in one of my videos, you want to enter it along with your contact information in the Google form linked for you in the description box below. And then about 5 days into the following month, I will use a random number picker to select a few winners to receive a mystery box as my way of saying thank you for watching my videos. There's not a secret password in every video, but there are an average, I would say, of a dozen every single month. And so that gives you a pretty good chance of winning because each entry is one of the secret passwords. And again, Google form, not in the comments. You have to be 18 years or older. You have to have a US or Canadian mailing address, and you do have to be subscribed to my channel. Let's have our secret password for today be, well, I guess it should be creativity, right? Because that is what this set is all about. I think these are really pretty. I think I would wear the earrings a lot more than the necklace. I love all of the little details on the chain of the necklace. I just wish that it wasn't so long. And that is something that she's definitely talked about, having the necklaces be a little bit more interchangeable or allowing people to state their preference for chain lengths when they first sign up for the subscription. And so I would love still to see that happen. Still hasn't happened. Maybe one of these days. I'm going to try to hang this on this card so that you guys can see it a little bit better, not against my fingernails. What a bright idea. Aren't those pretty? I think those are really pretty. And I like how they're gonna work well with a lot of different colors. I think they'd look really great, you know, obviously with like purples and plums and pinks, but also maybe against a nice navy, obviously with a nice white shirt, could look really crisp. You'd see a lot of that detail inside. And they do really look lovely in all of the different jewelry tones. But you can see there on the far, I guess that would be your far right, you can see that there's this nice purple color when it's on the silver backing. So it does not want to focus, but hopefully if you got the subscription, you get to see. Let me know in the comments below. I'd be very curious to see. Sometimes it changes from season to season, but what is your favorite jewelry tone? I don't know a lot of people that choose the rose gold, but every once in a while I think some of these designs look best in the rose gold. I do like the gold just because I think it looks a little bit luxe, but you know, this would actually be a really good layering necklace as well, obviously, or over a longer, a higher necked blouse could look really pretty too. If it was like on a white sweater or a cream sweater, it could be really pretty. You guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please help me out with a thumbs up and maybe a comment. And don't forget, there was a secret password. And I would love to hear how you are exploring, celebrating, expressing your own creativity in the comments below. And I'll see you soon in my next unboxing.